What's up, and welcome to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar, episode 161. It is a holiday Monday. Woo! Bringing you that Monday energy live.
You say big Monday energy after we've had Monday off and getting the Sunday scaries for Tuesday tomorrow and just
Yeah.
Yay.
So yeah. Yay! But we're happy to be here with all of you. If you're watching us live, join us over in the live chat. And if you're watching later, awesome, comment down below. Let's get into some intros. Hello, I'm Carrie Lee.
And I'm Katie Cullen.
And we are going to be talking anime news, Go Loser Ranger, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, and more. So stick around for all of that. This nice little lower third will let you know what we are covering. So let's get into things we're excited about. Woo woo!
So this isn't anime news, but it is news, and it is something that many people are excited about every year, which is to say, Discovery's annual Shark Week kicks off July 20th, 2025 at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Summer's most anticipated television programming event, Discovery Channel's Shark Week, returns for its historic 37th year on Sunday, July 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. The network previously announced the upcoming Shark Week special Dancing with Sharks, and today released the first official promo clip for the 2025 celebration. A full programming schedule for Shark Week will be distributed in the coming weeks. So we don't have all the programming, but we do have a start date for Shark Week. So mark your calendars. 37 years of Shark Week.
That's impressive.
Shark Week is as old as I am. That's wild.
I'm like, I remember when Shark Week was like, it's just always been around. Like, it's always a fun.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Who doesn't like learning about sharks? Come on.
Yeah. So congratulations to Discovery Channel for an extremely long-running themed event. And for those of you who want to see Shark Week, you've got the date, Sunday, July 20th. Mark your calendars.
All right. And how are we almost to July? Like, what the heck? Wow.
We're not almost in July. It's not June yet. Don't do this to me.
I that's what I mean. It's almost. Whoa. Speaking early or late, we got Moisar Bamford that says, hello, ladies and chat. Am I fast or am I late? No, you're good. This is the Monday energy of we are here.
The answer is yes.
Happy to have you here. Yes. Yeah, exactly. The answer is yes. All right. Next up in anime news and things we're excited about. So, and speaking of summer too, Tokyo Pop heats up summer with new manga and light novel releases. And they are leading into summer with their preview of a diverse collection of upcoming new manga and light novels. They're going to being released in June and continuing through September. So, nice long time there. And new titles kick off with the June release of Whales of the Bound Return, the latest chapter in creator Kari Kusabi's ongoing BL manga series about Alpha Keisuke. And a few more. They have an excellent BL collection, and we have covered their Love line as well. Go check out our playlist of Anime Expo in years past. And July opens up with My Beautiful Man Interlude, the latest light novel in the hit BL romance series, followed by You Can't Live All on Your Own, a cute and quirky slice-of-life manga about 4 women who are roommates, along with a royal romance and intrigue of the unwanted bride loves the crown prince with all her heart. We love our light novel long titles.
Right?
Yes, love that. Bumping into August, we got August sees the debut of Strangers in the Hoarding House, a romantic one-shot BL story about love and rehabilitation between isolated man and his sexy neighbor. Ooh, spicy. And more. So then hop to September. September launch Do You Really Want a Meal? A BL series about the romance between an office worker and home cook he retains. Here, this sounds cute. A trio of manga one-shots follows with Real-Time Fever, The Love We Share, and Fox and Puppy. Oh, okay. So yeah, if you're a BL fan, there is a lot of some BL love here, which
you
fabulous.
Are eating well.
Yes. So there's more, and then, again, we said 14 titles. Go check out Tokyo Pop social media pages to get more details on all those releases and upcoming dates of when they come out. So again, through June through September. Yay!
All right. And
And then,
topping off with, I want to say, the biggest announcement this week, Crunchyroll announces 2025 Crunchyroll Anime Awards winners. And I think at this point we can swap to the next lower third.
yes, let's get to here. Boom.
Yeah,
Whoop,
because we
whoop.
did doing a whole piece.
Yes.
So, the star-studded event featured Grammy-winning singer Casey Musgraves, actors Finn Wolfhard and Gaten Matarazzo of Stranger Things, along with performances by Japanese music icon Lisa, hip-hop duo Creepy Nuts, and rock band Flow. Which,
Nice.
dang. So let's roll into the winners. This happened on May 25th. So it started at 1 a.m. on Sunday Pacific time. So if you wanted to watch the live stream, that would have been the time to do it. The 9th Annual Anime Awards was again hosted by renowned voice actress Sally Amaki and popular entertainer John Kabira, who returned for their third year in a row to celebrate anime's biggest night. The winners were revealed by a global slate of celebrity anime fan presenters, including Grammy Award-winning singer Casey Musgraves, Canadian director, musician, and actor Finn Wolfhard, and American actor Gaten Matarazzo, both from the hit Stranger Things, global superstar and anime collaborator Jay Balvin, Italian singer-songwriter Damiano David, musician and actor Rina Sawayama. The list goes on and on. There are so many incredible humans. Of course, Lauren Moore and Tim Liu were our hosts, our pre-show hosts. Snaps to them. We love them.
Mm-hmm.
And man alive, this just seemed like one heck of a night. During the ceremony, Attack on Titan was awarded the Anime Awards' first Global Impact Award, which celebrates visionary creators and groundbreaking works that have left an indelible mark on culture, history, and the hearts of audiences around the world. The final film, Attack on Titan: The Last Attack, premiered in late 2024, marking the end of the long-standing iconic anime. Yuichiro Hayashi from MAPPA accepted the award on the behalf of all the creatives who brought the series to life over the years. So I love that. I love that they have a Global Impact Award now.
That's a cool addition. Yeah, because art affects culture and anime is worldwide. So, yeah, that's a great one to
Yeah,
add.
absolutely. So, looking at some of the winners, I'm not going to do every single one. It is an extensive list. Starting off at the top with Anime of the Year is Solo Leveling. Film of the Year is Look Back. Best Original is Ninja Kamui. Best Continuing is Demon Slayer, specifically the Hashira training arc. Best New Series, Solo Leveling. Best Opening, Otonoke for Dandadan. Best Ending, Request from Solo Leveling. Best Action, Solo Leveling. Comedy, Mashal, Drama, Frieren, Isekai, ReZero Season 3. Romance, Blue Box, Slice of Life, Makeine, Too Many Losing Heroines. Demon Slayer for Best Animation as well. Character Design for Dandadan. Best Main Character, Sung Jinu, Solo Leveling. Best Supporting, Fern from Frieren. And yeah, it continues. It's so much. It is so many awards. So 9 years of doing this. Congratulations, Crunchyroll,
Claps.
for continuing on
Mad
with that.
props. A round of applause for all the winners.
Yeah. I think this is the point where I move on from press to thoughts in terms of the
Yes.
results.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Before we get into that, a nice bit of levity. Gigadare says the real winners were the friends we made along the way.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I would also say at the very beginning of right before you get into it, this was a really great stacked year. I know I had seen some videos on some titles that people felt like could have been included, that they were excellent, they weren't included. But per what made it to the nominations, there were some categories that I'm like, any of these that won, solid animes for sure.
Yeah. I think hilariously, I think the two that I'm a little nitpicky about, because every time there's an award season, there's like, yes, absolutely, this one. And what do you mean that one? And in an extremely stacked year, I think Delicious in Dungeon got very, very overlooked. I don't think it took
see a thing
anything.
on that. Got snubbed.
Yeah. Which again, it's a very stacked year, so someone has to lose out. The flip side of it is I'm a little surprised at Solo Leveling taking best. in a year
Mm,
where Frieren and Dandadan especially are contenders because
yes.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Solo Leveling. No, Solo Leveling is good.
Yes, we love
We
it.
don't cover
We've covered
things
it.
on the show that we don't like. That's not.
Yeah.
Solo Leveling is very good. Having caught up on Dandadan and having watched Frieren, I want to say that they're just in a class apart.
Mm,
It's it's kind of hard to put into words. I feel like they're doing not necessarily something new. I think it's difficult to do something completely new anymore,
yeah.
but I think what they're doing, it's like the difference between a popcorn movie and an Oscar contender movie, you know? And I know the Oscars have all
Right.
sorts of other baggage, etc. Like that's we have a rant about the Oscars. It lives over there. Um,
Yeah.
but I think that's the difference. And so for me, for Solo Leveling to take best when it's great, but I think there's better. And it's not fully we know that the Crunchyroll Awards are not fully determined by audience vote anymore, that there
Hmm.
is a panel of judges, that things are weighted, like, and that's Solo Leveling and Dandadan and Frieren, and again, everything listed is massively popular. So I
Yeah.
would be interested to see how the votes and the weighting shook out for a number of these
Mm.
categories. I kind of want to look at the numbers and see what's up
Hmm.
because it could be that the judging was relatively level, but the votes were stacked to one side. It's I'm just
Could be.
I'm very, very curious about this one because again, I'm not going to sit here and say Solo Leveling didn't deserve it. I will say I do think there are others that deserved it more. But I don't think
Yeah.
anyone in the best anime contention didn't deserve it. This is again all bangers, no skips in here.
Yes. Yeah. I have a friend who just got into signed up for her Crunchyroll account and was like, "Hey, what should I watch?" And the ones that were the top 5, I think there's 5 nominated for best, and it was like all of them. All of
Yeah.
them are fabulous for all different reasons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with I love all of them. They're all kind of different flavors. It's kind of like different foods, you know. They're all
Yeah.
fabulous, but
Yeah.
what one are you in the mood for? Personally, I think I would lean a little bit more towards Dandadan as best new, if only because how you kind of mentioned of it is so hard to do something new, but I felt with Dandadan, it brought something fresh and surprising. Like things
Yeah.
surprised me in it, which was so nice. Of we watch tons of anime, we love anime, so when you get something kind of that you know catches you off guard, you're like, I wasn't expecting that, or it went a different direction, or it just gave it a different perspective. You're like, okay, wow. So I think that one really did it. And like, yeah, Frieren, we've talked about on here as well, which also, if you didn't watch those, go back and watch that
Oh
playlist
yeah.
and how that was a fresh take on like the fantasy series and a, very entertaining one. Slow burn at the beginning, we know, but that
Yeah.
one, like, amazing snowball. So but yeah, bad props to Solo Leveling for winning. And Caitlin had some really fun pictures on her social media of like her different figurines and stuff of joking, like, it's cute on the whatever. But
It's
yeah, go
like,
watch.
hey.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's so cute. But it is interesting. I would be curious on those numbers too. Let us know what you thought of the
Yeah.
winners. No, no bashing on other ones. Just like, did you have a favorite? Did you have other ones that maybe weren't nominated that you think should have been on there? Because I feel that's a good discussion too. Because it's one of those.
Yes.
There is just so much out there. But it was a good year because I know there's been years past where we've talked about it. We're like, what is that show? Like
Yeah.
I was seeing, I'm like, I haven't even heard of it. But this year was everything, almost all of it. You went, yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
No.
So,
It's like, no, yeah, that I can see why that's nominated for best. I can see why that's
mhm,
nominated for best too. It's again, it really is all bangers, no skips, and that
yeah,
does make it hard to judge. And this is
yes,
just like my opinion, man, you know.
yes,
But that's award shows, man. That's
yeah,
that
it's true.
winners are crowned and you have opinions on it.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's again, congrats again to Crunchyroll and it's been a hell of a year for anime.
Yes,
Like, this past year in particular has been wild in
yep.
terms of how much new and how much really good stuff we've gotten.
And the fact, even I was just thinking about it too, the fact that the Crunchyroll Anime Awards exists at all, like the fact that we have an anime award show is fabulous.
Yeah.
There have been a couple Los Angeles smaller base and maybe other spots across the US, but I only know about the LA one because I went to it, like anime film festivals, which is great because there's not many of those. So having like a huge anime award show is so exciting of getting that recognition that we all know anime deserves. But maybe the other people out there, they're like, wait, anime? What? It's not for children. You're like, oh gosh, yeah, there's so much.
Like, all right.
Yeah.
Medium versus a genre.
Yeah.
But again, the fact that it is a full-on production, a pre-show,
Yes.
a red carpet, performances during it, like it's a full-on
Celebrities,
award
everything.
show. Yeah.
Yes. Also
Yeah,
check out
it's
the
impressive.
Crunchyroll, like the behind the scenes one they had of the hosts or the pre-show host getting ready was so cute, where they're in bed and their clothes like are laid out. I was like, that's adorable. I love it so much. Yeah.
Oh
so.
yeah, no. It's again, social media game for those two. Unbelievable.
Oh, and then which we've also talked to. I like the other one, Mikey with Rocket Panda, and he's an interpreter, and he had some fun behind the scenes of like what it was like for him doing some of the translation and interpreting, and it was kind of like you're the paper when I'm translating, and it's like all the pen work. So yeah, that was a fun one. Go check out Rocket Panda, and then you'll find Mikey on there. Of like that was I appreciated that them sharing that because I thought that we're not all fluent on Japanese, so it's great to have interpreters for
God,
everybody.
right?
Yes. Also, something we didn't touch upon it because there's way more winners, but I thought it was so cool too how many winners for other languages too of performances across so many other ones. So you're like, that's awesome, and then it makes me really want to go watch them.
Yeah,
language is like, what do they sound like?
That's been a staple of the Anime Awards for a hot minute. I remember covering it on this show, and they were talking about one of the nominees was, I think, for the German dub of Gonkutsuo. I'm like, dang, it's been a minute since I've watched Gonkutsuo. Everyone go watch it. But yeah, just the fact that it's a newer dub for an older anime and then was nominated. Like, I love that they do that.
Yeah, for sure. So again, let us know your thoughts on the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Leave a comment down below. I was going to say, speaking of shows that are excellent, but maybe not as well known, let's continue our thoughts on Go Go Loser Ranger. Because yeah, this is one of those, it's a really good show, but I feel there's not as many people that know about it. And I don't know what it is, but and huge shout out to our guest from last week, Dino, voice of the Yellow Ranger, which now we get the Yellow Ranger on this episode.
Yeah.
So go check that out in case you missed it.
I just thinking of here's a weird little guy. We're going to have Dino voice him, and we start getting more, and it's like, oh, Yellow's more than just a weird little guy. This episode was so weird. Like, even
there was a lot going on.
Yeah. Yes. I expected it to pick up immediately where our previous week left off. And no, it was just like, how many people know about what's going on? Because we made comments about Suzukiri not being subtle, but like, it seems like everyone knows what she's after, or at least Yellow does, and he doesn't say. I think he cares, but he's also playing 4-dimensional chess and just kind of waiting for things to go. So it's just absolutely wild to me how many people know other people's secrets and are just like,
cool. Yep. Not caring. Sip that tea.
Yeah. Chidori knows that D is a fighter. And it's just like, hi, what are you doing? Like,
Morningstar Bam says, I just started watching the show. OMG. Indeed.
Now I've been spoiling each episode for you in detail every week. Thank you for watching the show. It is a very good time.
We get our Wally Pond back, and it seems like the message, I really like this character too. And yeah, it seems to be getting gotta go pull this up a second. It's nice it's interesting his message is getting out further, because we kind of saw before that I'm like, okay, wait, are people just watching this guy and going, okay, he's some weirdo? This episode seemed to show more people watching it and really taking into account, because then there was a leaked in the footage of the Red Ranger and advertising and like, hey, this stuff is fake, because it's we've gotten a sprinkle of what is the general populace think, but how many of them are going, wait, it's not real? And as Katie has said many, many times, yes, Morningstar Banff goes, am I wrong to say Lose the Ranger is almost the boys level writing? Yes, we have
I've been
definitely
calling it
compared
Power
that.
Rangers Does the Boys since I started watching it 4
Yes.
episodes in. It very much is that. It's that specific flavor of genre subversion. Yes.
Yep.
But yeah, just the how many people know what's happening now. The fact that Holepon has confirmed that he is a boss monster and the horse boss monster, which you don't look like a horse. Is there something under the bag? What's your deal, sir? Or is this just how you choose to appear right now? Keep in mind that God looked like a tree the first time we met him, and then also continued to look like a tree for a while, and then had a tree form. But he's the rooster because he also had little chicken head. I don't know, man. He was weird. He was weird. But yeah, everything that was kind of been hinted at, things that we're pulling on now are starting to pull together. Like, oh, the Monster Defense Force. Oh, they've been around for a while. Okay, people we know are involved. Oh, hey, maybe Soylent Kaiju is people. Oh shit, Soylent Kaiju probably actually is people. Oh no. Just all of these things where it's like, here's some hints, here's a sprinkling. Oh, by the way, that's happening, or we're addressing that. I do love that we got to see the couple that Sakurama saved.
Yes, with the Monster Protection Society. Yes. Which
and
we
I'm
also
hoping
meet,
that we might get to see Sakurama, because last time we saw him, he was dangling out a window, and then we cut away.
True.
So,
then we meet Yakushi, who is Angel's father, which was like, okay, father. Okay.
Yeah.
And Daida, which I don't quite remember that ranger leaving, or at least other rangers seem to remember
He
this
would have
person.
left. I'm pretty sure he would have left before the show.
Okay, because I was like,
the events of the series, because they also were like, oh shit, he's alive. Like, okay, he probably just disappeared then.
Yep.
Who knows? Who knows?
Also there. We had, speaking of other random characters that were like, who? Kaisuke, the retired Blue Ranger, that they're like bringing him back in, and like, we have a new Blue Ranger, maybe? You can't take off the costume, not exactly, now that you put it on. What?
They did mention, again, towards the beginning of the season, where our second in command, she was saying, hey, I'll take up the Blue Ranger pose, and Ray goes, absolutely not, go get this guy back, he fits. So we did have that planted a little while ago, but I do think this was the first time we've met him. And yeah, it probably is just the costume, because we also know that Suzukiri has the divine artifact for Blue. So like, I don't know, man. And the fact that Yellow is very much onto her and knows exactly what she's doing and is just about it. And yeah, she's the one in the hurry. And yeah, the Dragon God's energy is what powers everything. Like, okay, someone's going to need to step back and explain this thing that everyone knows.
Speaking of, I do agree with this. Nora Lara says, so what did we learn? Oh, I know. The Yellow Ranger team is insane in studying how monsters work. So I want to circle back to how you were saying that, because I think I got that, but then I'm like, wait, what? So we have our kaiju sample, and that they were messing around with. And then we also had our kaiju at the zoo.
Second zoo.
They're destroying. We had the kaiju. Yes, we had the kaiju. And then there were a lot of them. And they all look like the one that Sakurama ran into /D of like, hey, help me. Oh, no, wait, that was regular Sakurama. He saw it.
Yeah, that was
and it was
Sakurama,
like,
yes.
Yeah, and it said, help me. So what was our confirmation then that the kaiju are people?
I don't think it was ever explicitly confirmed.
Okay, because I was like, wait, did I miss the scene?
It never explicitly confirmed it.
Okay.
In that back and forth between Yellow and Suzukiri talking about, this happened 13 years ago, we were studying things, we did this, we did
experiment.
That. Oh, well, that's crazy, but there's no evidence to your theory. It's like, okay. Soylent Kaiju is probably people. Let's
Yeah.
be real. Because that is definitely something that they would want to keep under wraps. And it's in line with the kaiju asking for help and finding ID cards embedded in kaiju bodies. Not like in their stomachs, but embedded in them.
Yes.
So I'm
Which
honestly kind of thinking that Soylent Kaiju is people. That to me is what all the pieces are pointing towards.
I like that theory because that makes way more sense of why Angel, when she showed that ID card to the other members of the Monster Protection Society, of why they seem to be so distraught. Not just it ate her and it was no, something happened to her. We don't
My
know their
guess,
connection to this person, but that makes sense of she's gone missing.
my guess is that she was
Yeah.
another member of the society.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I would agree that she's a member of the society. She's gone missing, and then that's why that when Angel showed them the ID card, they all had the like, "Oh no, this has happened."
Yeah.
And so that makes way more sense that this person is missing, and yeah, it was like in the shoulder or whatever, not
Yeah.
in the intestinal or not like it ate her. So that's interesting. I'd be curious of like that process and what they're doing, which would make sense. And it's we know boss monsters are real things. We
Mhm.
know some of them have come from outer space. But the question is why make kaiju? Like,
And is it even the boss monsters who make them, or are kaiju a side effect of whatever experiments Yellow Squad was doing 13 years ago? Who knows? There's a lot we don't
how
know.
frequently are they making them? Yeah, is this one of those they
Mhm.
made a batch a long time ago, it didn't go as planned, and then this is just still the aftermath? Have they continued to evolve and they've changed, and so it's not even like they've made other ones, something? Yeah, so many questions.
Well, and Hualipon was saying, "Oh, I have them. They're mine. I have them in storage, and I've been releasing them on the populace now." Like,
Yeah.
all right, I have no reason not to believe you, but also, why should I believe you? And the
Mhm.
other thing, and
True.
actually, when we were watching this together last week, my roommate pointed this out to me, is
Hmm.
that in the opening theme, we have all of the Holy Pond falling down the stairs, and then we
Mhm.
have a flash of the monster that looks like it's going to become the kaiju, and its face is obscured. Its face has
Yes.
stopped being obscured these past 2 episodes. You can see it in
Mm.
the theme. And now we have Hualipon
Mm.
talking about releasing the kaiju, etc. My guess for this, my trajectory for this theory, is that eventually he is either going to release those monsters, or he is that kaiju and using the bag
Ah.
head as like a proxy form of sorts, or that's just,
Ah.
that is to him what the little rooster balls are to,
Yeah.
forgot the name, God, tree, that
Um,
guy.
Patrolla.
Thank you. Thank you. My brain was giving me Peloton, and I knew that wasn't right.
It starts with a P.
Anyway,
We were close.
so
What was the
what I'm
other
thinking
thing?
is gonna
Yeah.
happen is we're gonna have that. We're gonna have the giant kaiju battle with
Yes.
the ranger mechs, etc. And that is either going to go a ways towards restoring faith in the rangers because look, they took
Mhm.
care of the problem, or
Mhm.
it's going to
Mhm.
be, why didn't you stop this to begin with before it got that bad? And
Mm.
goodness knows we might get both. Public opinion is never a sure thing.
Yeah.
So,
No, totally.
yeah, it's going to be interesting.
No, Laura says, like a wise man once said, play God, see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it just, what is Yellow Squad up to?
I think your internet's being a little weird because, yes, thank you, Giga Katie at 2040p.
Yeah, I know. We had a switch, and
We've had life happen, so.
I'm in a different location, so I've been keeping an eye on it.
We can hear you, so I'm like, at least we can still hear you. It's a little fuzzy, but you know what? On the
Yeah.
replay, it might be a little better, so we'll hold out for that
Yeah,
though
because
too.
it's grabbing video from both of us, so
Yeah,
hopefully,
yes.
hopefully.
But thank you for the feedback, chat, because there are times though where it is the, hey, do you all see or hear that too? Because I know I've had it where you go wonder if it's on your end or if it's something else.
It's like, is it just me, or as long
Yes.
as the audio is coming through, that's the important part.
Yeah. And then I can see there's other people quietly watching in the chat. If y'all have other thoughts on the episode, please feel free to chime in, and we'd love to talk about those points that stood out to you as well. I liked our callback to characters that we had seen a while ago and we haven't seen in a hot minute. Even we had our Tokita, our Harlequin face kind of Red Ranger person. We don't really get much of him, but you know, it was interesting to see him again.
I appreciate that it's showing him competent in the field. Like, he didn't get as far as he did just by being a weirdo jackass.
Yes.
He does
Yes.
actually know what he's doing. Like, he's
Yeah.
a bully and a dick, and no, we don't like him, and he did deserve the golf club to the face, but he also knows what he's doing when
Yes.
push comes to shove, at least
Yep.
from what we've seen.
Yes. We also have, also in the Red Squad, we have Shion, the white hair, fabulous red eyeliner.
Shadow the Hedgehog, yes.
Who seems to fit with Red Squad very well, but it was kind of an interesting little face-off with with D, and not really much happened from that. Ooh, actually, side pivot from Red Ranger. Speaking of standoff, our moment with Chidori and Sakurama, that was interesting. Oh yes, and like talking down to him, okay, Shonen, and just how Chidori said
Just the, hey, what are you up to?
nothing.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it in that, oh
Mhm.
my God, we had an assassination attempt last night, and today we are going to act like literally nothing happened. It's
Yep.
like,
Mhm.
all right, cool. We are having a good time with all of this. But
Yes.
yeah, I did appreciate Shion basically going, I'm not here for subterfuge. I'm not here for any of this. Just tell me if it's you.
Mhm.
And him throwing Angel under the bus, and then that actually being the case.
That's a good point. You're like, he's not wrong. But
It's like, yeah, that was a protection instinct, but also he's right.
Mhm.
And she is also working against the Ranger Squad. Like, no, this is fun. I kind of love that.
We have Yukino with Yellow Rangers and how she's been wanting to do that so well. We don't get a lot with her, but like something she's wanted to do it.
Didn't she was on Blue last episode. She's the one where correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't she nearly get wrecked last episode by Suzukiri? And now she's calling her big sister and following her around on Yellow Squad?
I was like,
Was that her? Like,
yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm like, who was that person with?
lots of people to keep track of. Chat if to help us out. But yeah, that to me kind of had me going like, she's been whammied. Something is up.
Oh, I was like, who else was on the Blue Squad? But
I'm pretty sure that was her.
Yeah, let us know, chat, because that is a good question of who else was there? Because I didn't remember that, but I'm like, very well could be.
No, that is
yes, there's a
completely
lot of
wild
people.
because I was sitting there going, is she dead? Is she gonna get murdered to keep identity secret? And then it just doesn't seem to matter this episode. It's like, no, it's
Good
fine.
question.
Like, are you gonna tell us what happened? No?
Well, yeah, Lolar says she did almost. So okay, so that's such a weird like.
Yeah, so
okay,
it
I'm
is
cool with you
her.
now.
I think she got whammied. I think
Okay.
Suzukiri or someone messed with her memories. Just, I have no idea, but that's so weird. That is insane to me.
What there was the two characters. It was Kurusu, and then I didn't catch her name with the pink hair, who are unassigned still. They still got their white ones on.
Yeah, because they lost.
Yeah. So, yeah, they have to go back. And they were talking, and Kurusu was surprised. The pink hair ranger. I'm like, didn't catch her name. I was trying to write it down. That it's like, oh, you still talk to him, and it's like, yeah, she, something happened, but she's fine now. So good point. It could be something happened, but we don't know what exactly. What was the other one too? I was gonna say with them is okay. The other huge thing that we didn't really talk about, but do we think D stabbed the Red Ranger? Like, I'm incredibly skeptical of it. I'm like. Didn't we talk about the Red Ranger having clones? We have talked about that, I feel. So then I had my moment that I'm like,
On
he just killed
camera, we
clone.
haven't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about
I'm
that.
like, haven't we talked about the Red Ranger having clones?
No,
Okay.
no, that was a spoiler you ran across off camera while looking something else up that we talked about.
So that would be my theory of there's a clone. But you know what though?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
that is. I think we're supposed to still have that mystery right now, but I think that's the spoiler. Yes.
but you know what though? It made
Monday
sense in the
energy.
sense of I didn't believe it was him.
Oh yeah.
I didn't believe that's the Red Ranger that we are. So then my question would be, is there a singular one and he has extras of him for safety? Or it is one's gone, they make new ones. I'm thinking there's multiples and it keeps that main center one safe.
Maybe.
Uh,
I would honestly wait to see more, but the other thing that I keep thinking of is just the last bit of the opening where we go through TV sets and then feathers and then test tubes. Lots and lots of test tubes. And then we
yes.
get just the bust up of 6 characters and one of them is the Red Ranger. So like
Yeah. Maybe they all have duplicates. Yeah, so
I don't
Norla
know.
goes, that would have been an easy red pulled a shadow clone jujutsu, or was it? Yeah, I think it is not our regular ranger. Something fell off. That was too easy. Too
Yeah.
easy.
That was a
And
literal accident. He literally stumbled into success, which is
you're like,
hysterical to me.
yes.
But like, sir? Sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case anybody didn't really want spoilers, sorry, that was in a research found something, but then I forgot. So
Yep.
you know.
I didn't.
But then
Oops.
I go, there's certain things where even if you learn it, it's the how do they deliver it and how is it going that you go, okay, am I surprised with the show? No, we've already had hints.
No.
So, and again, that felt way too easy. Like I
Oh yeah.
think the regular Red Ranger is skilled. I think he is intense and skilled. Like he can do a lot of shit. So
Yeah.
I do not think he would be taken down that easily. So I'm like,
No.
no.
I
We
mean,
do
I
get
think
his
he
moment
is.
where he recognizes Sakurama though too, which was funny.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, do I know you?"
I do think he is egotistical enough to not be paying attention in a scenario where he thinks there is no danger. Like, I think that's just part of the personality.
Hmm.
Mm,
Maybe.
who
Like,
knows? We're
do any of
we're
these people have like good, ninja skills of like spidey sense tingling of somebody's there? I don't know. That's a good question because yes, that
yeah,
is also a valid point too. That he is so arrogant that he could be like, "It's fine, nobody's gonna do anything to me," and
yeah,
never expect it. Like,
yeah,
who would attack the Red Ranger? So
yeah. I mean, we are peeling back so many layers on this onion. Who the heck even knows?
yes, it's an excellent question. So yeah, there was a lot that went down in this episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there were other things we talked about, let us know your thoughts. So anything we
Mhm.
didn't hit that stood out to you?
I mean, my God, there were so many things. I think we can
There were a lot
probably
of things.
call it on that one. There were so many.
I like this. No, Laura says, narcissists narcissists are how they are. They love being the center of attention, aka the Red Ranger. This is true.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, those were the main
I,
big things that
yeah.
stood out to me while watching. Which there was a lot.
There were
There was
so
a lot
many.
that went down.
There are some episodes where it's like, I mean, they had a big fight, and that's kind of hard to recap sometimes. And then there are episodes like this where it's like, oh my God,
You're like, this is so much information.
how much
Yes.
is happening? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm. All right.
But excellent episode. So we did
Oh my God,
enjoy
yes.
it. So yeah, leave
Yeah.
a comment. Let us know what you thought of the episode.
Yes.
All right. So then we shall see what happens next. Going on to other stuff you should check out, movies, games, or shows that we've been watching and checking out or reading, what have you, and we think you should check out. So one of them, I like that I was sent a press release about it. I'm like, I actually did find it independently, so that's kind of cool. So this is via 42 West, which we love them. And they send information about, there we go, Fountain of Youth. It is an Apple Plus. So this is on Apple Plus. Not sponsored, but Apple Plus. Please feel free to reach out. This is an original Apple film, and with Skydance Media, which I'm like, oh, I do love a lot of stuff with Skydance. Right? I'm like, oh yeah, I feel they haven't done as much recently.
Those people, yeah.
Yes. So this one, it was fun to turn it on because I've been watching The Gentleman, which is a Guy Ritchie show, and Fountain of Youth is a Guy Ritchie movie. And I had no idea until I pushed play, because it was just one of those like, oh, cool, that looks fun. It is John Krasinski, Natalie Portman, and some other side characters, but they're so very little in it. I'm like, those are the main characters. So follows estranged siblings, and they go on a heist to go find the Fountain of Youth. Is pretty much what it is. And it's very when I pulled it up of like, do we want to watch it? I'm like, you know what? As long as it's giving me like National Treasure, Sahara vibes of just fun popcorn action, like adventure, I'll be happy. And that's what it was. It is just I don't think there was necessarily a ton of like anything super new with it. They had some cool things they did. It is a hair long because it is a 2-hour one, which for an adventure movie, that is long. 2 hours, 5 minutes, but very entertaining, fun action fight sequences, the, solving the mystery and history stuff, and like what the Fountain of Youth is. Interesting interpretation. So I did enjoy that. So if you're looking for like that kind of a vibe, I think you'll like it. But again, it is a good 2 hours. So just know that for that one. But yeah, it was very entertaining. And then, speaking back to more Guy Ritchie, it was funny. I'm like, another Guy Ritchie. I don't think it feels quite as Guy Ritchie as like The Gentleman. That it like screams Guy Ritchie. Like that show is like, which, hey, I love a director who has a flavor. They're an auteur. They are like, it's their movie by putting it on or show. Gentleman is very entertaining if you're a Guy Ritchie fan and British crime and quirky humor. It's been a fun one. Only decently a few episodes in on that one and liking it.
Good.
Those are the main things been watching. So Zenshu still getting through that one and still liking that one. Is still entertaining, and probably on like the last 3/4 mark on that. So I'm like, all right, let's see how we're gonna wrap it up. And
you're gonna want to do those last 3 all in a row.
Okay, nice.
You're gonna want to set aside a chunk of time for that. There's no good stopping place.
Fair. That is always good to know. Actually, speaking of that, last one I wanted to say was The Last of Us ends on a cliffhanger. The season finale, which no surprise to anyone, shouldn't be, is very cliffhanger ending. And quickly saw somebody's comment of like, me not liking it, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's fine how it ended. Of like, I was not expecting anything different. I knew it'd probably be a cliffhanger of we're not going to wrap everything up in one episode, y'all. So, but it is really fun. I have not played the game, but I have watched the end. I do highly recommend the HBO the making of episode featurettes at the end of the episodes. Go watch those. They have been really insightful and really interesting, especially if you don't watch or don't play the game. How they've shown some comparisons and things, that's been really cool. So,
excellent.
Yes, those are my thoughts. Katie, what about you?
I am still playing Lorcana. I'm going ever deeper into the Disney trading card game hole. I'm having a really good time, honestly. It's support your local game stores. Oftentimes, if you play a certain game, they will have nights where they play that game. My local one has just everything, honestly. And then groups for smaller games that just plan with each other to do things. Like, I think there's a Blood on the Clock Tower group that meets once a month. And if you've never played Blood on the Clock Tower, it's amazing, but you definitely want someone who knows what they're doing to run it, because it's like a more complicated version of Werewolf. And I prefer it over Werewolf, actually. It's a heck of a game. I caught up with Murderbot. We love Murderbot. Everyone should watch Murderbot. If you've got that Apple TV Plus subscription, do it. It's very, very fun, and it has been an excellent adaptation so far. So A
It's
plus,
good to
no
hear.
notes, please continue. Oh yeah,
And
no,
in
it's been
case
great.
you haven't watched previous episodes, she just read the book. So you would be
Yeah,
the like, I just read it. So that's
yeah.
awesome to hear that the adaptation is good too.
Oh yeah, no, the books have, for one, definitely read the books. There's 7 of them. They're all by Martha Wells. The first one is called All Systems Red. The first 5 books are like 150 pages apiece, and then the
Mm-hmm.
last 2 so far are novel length, couple hundred pages. So
Mm-hmm.
you can get through them fairly quickly. I breezed through all of them in probably a month because I was just being like, "Oh, I finished a book. That was lovely. Next one. Thank you, local library. Always support your
Mm-hmm.
local library." If you want to
Mm-hmm.
test a book out before you buy it or buy the series, local library, baby.
Yes.
But yes, highly, highly recommend reading the Murderbot series. It has such a distinctive voice. And the show captures that very, very well. And that's a hard thing to do in a book with a first person narrator, where the
Mm.
internal commentary is so important. Like, they do a
Mm.
great
Mm-hmm.
job. They do a great job. I'm still behind on Vigilantes. I did catch up on To Be Hero X.
Oh, yes,
What the
yes.
fuck is this show? Like, I'm kind of getting now that we're doing almost anthology to go into, like, to me, what I'm
Uh-huh.
figuring out is, okay, all of these people who are eligible to compete in the tournament thingy that we've been told
Mm-hmm.
about, we're going into each of them and explaining backstories or how they got there or whatever. And we seem to be moving backwards in time to do it. So, on the
Yes.
one hand, cool. On the other hand, so we just haven't bothered to resolve the cliffhanger in episode 4. That's fun.
Yeah.
On the third mutated hand, the fuck are we doing? Like,
Yes.
we still haven't met the main guy from the opening and
No,
ending.
I don't think
It's
so. Yeah.
and the 2 characters that we've met so far feature in both of those for a hot second each. So it
Yeah.
really is like we're getting these fun anthology stories, bookended by 2 AMVs that are very fun but make no sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. This show is it has me going, "What are you doing?" in a good way, and it has me going, "What are you doing?" in a bad way.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well because I was like, wait, you know what? This kind of happened with Sense8, and that was a show, is an amazing show if you haven't watched that show. But that was a thing where they have, 8 main characters. So it takes a few episodes to introduce everybody before the like plot really gets going. But it was only maybe about 4 episodes because before you got that big plot going. I think they handled it better. And then with this one, you're like, wow, how are we even connecting these people? It's taking so long. Like you maybe could have done half episodes of introducing people. It's been fun. I agree. I liked our pop star, meaning her background and everything. And I'm like, when are we gonna like? Where is this going? And where are these other characters that we've seen on the opening for many episodes now?
I do appreciate that they will weave one character into another
Yes.
story, and that's kind
Yeah.
of our
Mm-hmm.
going thread. Like we had
Yeah.
someone in Nice's story where we got into the second story and went, "Oh, okay, this must be in the past because it's before this thing happened." And
Yes.
we
Yeah.
have, "Oh, this person's into this pop star. Oh, this next story is about the pop star." Like I do
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that weaving. I do
Mm-hmm.
appreciate now that I have some idea that this is an anthology. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now that I'm prepared for it to be an anthology, cool. But for the
Yep.
first 5 to 6 episodes, I really was just sitting here going, "Who is this guy? He's barely
Yep.
in the theme. Why are we focusing on him?
Yep.
Where's our main guy, the person who is heavily featured in the opening? What is going on?" If I'd
Mhm.
known from the get-go that it was gonna be an anthology, that preps the viewer to
Mhm.
just kinda go, "Okay, so we're focusing on this guy now," as opposed to going in going, "Okay, this guy's our main character."
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, it's just I don't know,
Yeah.
man, this show's
No,
weird.
I that it's very valid. Very much agree of. Mhm.
Yeah, excellent art, excellent music, like,
Yes.
it just pretty dang good on all the artistic fronts.
Mhm.
Storytelling, sure, Jan. They're good stories. They're just told in a somewhat confusing way.
Yep. Yep.
Anyway, can I recommend it? I don't know. If you're feeling it, go nuts. I'd still recommend Vigilantes is a very different experience from To Be Hero X. And I would definitely
Mhm.
recommend Vigilantes because I'm only like 3, 4 episodes in and I'm very much enjoying it. It's
Nice.
very fun. And
All
again,
right.
excellent dub. Just so good.
Sweet.
Yes.
Looking over the live chat, Giga Derek says Loner Life in Another World is also a fun watch on Prime.
Okay.
And says, I'm going to recommend both Thunderbolts again and check out some nice soft grass. Yes, go outside, touch grass.
Thunderbolts is on my list. I've just had a busy month.
Yeah,
Just
that's
gonna
another
say
one I'm like,
busy
oh no,
month.
I
Let's
do,
call
but
it that.
yeah.
Eh. Are we doing that?
Same.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Very much. Hey, shh.
Co-host commentary.
My co-host comment. Yes, co-host commentary. She goes, yes, go check it out. No.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, we did not say this at the very beginning, but yes, go check us out over on NTATMB on Twitter and Blue Sky. We'll post different links there, or, in case you need that episode link, which you should also be subscribed here and get that notification bell so you know when those links go live. But yeah, go follow us on social media and we'll post other like visuals depending, like with different press releases and whatnot. Also, Fanversations across all social media platforms. And in case you are new here, Fanversation, we also have a bunch of playlists with some really great videos and interviews. So go check those out. You have a lot of content ahead of you. So in case you need something to watch, we got you.
Alrighty.
All right. I think we pretty much said all right at the same time. Yes. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar. Katie, where can people find you online?
You can follow me all over the social medias as well as on YouTube and Twitch at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. I am also on a horror YouTube channel called Silver Screams, where my roommate and I do horror things. And it is, well, a really good time for her in terms of Schadenfreude. I'm also having a really good time, to be clear. I'm just also jumping out of my skin for half of it.
Yay!
Yay!
And y'all can find me online at Carrie D Lane. That's Karidlane. Stay tuned. We do have some fun other content coming your way soon in different kind of forms. Not exactly sure what it will be, but we know what we're covering, but we're not sure how we're giving it to you just yet. So that's why you need to stay tuned and do the follow so you can be in the know. All right. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye.